Hi, a few days ago, Jay from J Audio Lab did something I wasn't expecting. So he connected these PS Audio FR5 loudspeakers, a bookshelf speakers, rather small, with his electronics, amplifiers and the preamplifier and DAC and so on, cables, and his entire gear setup is priced at $500,000. Here, as you can see, Griffon Diablo amplifiers with the stands. In the background, there's a Boulder preamplifier, which I think the cost is $160,000. So 1/3 of the price of the whole setup is actually this preamplifier. And there is also power supply, cables, and the DAC, I think from MSB. So he connected all this to rather small speakers, which are also cheap. They cost around $3,500 or something like this. And then the result is pretty good. I wonder what he will report after this experiment will be over. So far, these speakers are not even broke in. They have like few hours on them. Let's see. These are they have a 6.5 inch woofer, planar tweeter, and a passive radiator in the back. That's it. Nice cabinets, but the sensitivity is pretty low. Here I'll show you the specs. So these are the specs of this, and as you can see, not super. It's 83 dB sensitivity, 6 order crossover. Wow. And they go down to 35 Hertz, and in room to 30 Hertz because of the passive radiator. Passive radiator is 6 by 9 inches. And the planar magnetic tweeter, 2.5 inch, that's all. So let's see for how much money we can get these drivers. Just as an example, I don't know what was the real cost of what they are using there in PS Audio, but let's see what is commercially available. So GRS Neo Ribbon tweeter, $40, previously $98, but you can get it for $40 now. Okay, a woofer from, it's just an example again. Dayton Audio 6.5 inch, $30. And a passive radiator. This one is a little bit smaller, 5 by 8, but you get the idea. It's oval shaped passive radiator, $35. So in total, that would be $105 for one side, so for stereo pair, $210. So add the cabinets and the crossover, and we will arrive at, well, I don't know, $700, something around that, $700. So he connected $500,000 worth of electronics to speakers that cost around $700 in parts. How crazy is that? Okay, my proposal to Jay would be you go in a very interesting direction, first of all. I like it. And then please do the opposite also. After this, just connect also other speakers, the cheap speakers. Let's go with some open baffles also and see what will be the results. But after that, do the opposite. Connect your Magicos. These are very heavy, three-way with aluminum enclosure. Super advanced drivers. So connect your Magicos to amplifiers and DAC which are very cheap. Like for example, This one, this is the review of Holo Audio Cyan 2 DAC, and this guy is saying, this guy is from Serbia, he's saying that in terms of like musical performance, this is very close to Live Harmony DAC, which is like 4 times the price. This Holo Audio Cyan 2 costs $1,200. And add an amplifier Fosi Audio ZA3, which is $150. Yeah, and it has a lot of power. So please do this. Holo Audio Cyan 2 plus Fosi Audio amplifier. That will be around $1,350. And some cables. Yeah. Connect this to your Magicos. And please, Jay, report to us what did you like more? Magicos speakers with cheap electronics? Well, cheap. This DAC is not exactly cheap, but well, we have $50,000 DACs, and recently I saw the newest like 5 components DAC. Again, I think from MSB. Or DCS, I think DCS, and the cost was $270,000. Okay, so 1,000 for the DAC is not expensive. It's affordable. So please use this DAC and this amplifier, connect to your Magicos, and tell us what do you think. And especially compare this to this setup. So the opposite, cheap speakers with super expensive amplifiers and preamplifier and the DAC. That will be very interesting. That will be something that nobody is doing in audiophile community. Mix things up. This way you will have some conclusions, how it all works. Is it better to spend more money on speakers or maybe on electronics? What has more impact? Do we really need half a ton speakers when our room is not that, you know, it's not a ballroom in a castle? We have pretty regular rooms, like okay, maybe 50 square meters, 100 square meters, but your room is, I don't know how big, but looks like around 50, 60 square meters. Do we really need these that big speakers? Yeah, and so big enclosures. You know, maybe perhaps we can just have a big enclosure for the bus drivers, but for the mid-range and for the tweeter, what is the need of this very expensive cabinets behind these drivers? Explain to us. Maybe Jay, maybe you will know better. Yeah, as you can see, these small speakers, they reach 30 Hertz in room, and they are very small. Imagine if they would be 2 times larger, like the volume of the cabinets would be 2 times larger with 2 times bigger passive radiator. In room, they will probably go down to, I don't know, 24 Hertz. I'm just guessing, something like this. So yeah, make these experiments. They are very interesting. I cannot wait. What will be your impressions? And yeah, we can mix this equipment, mix it up. And see, you can also mix DACs with amplifiers, so have a expensive amplifier and a cheap DAC, or the other way around, and we can see what brings us better results. Okay, that's it for this episode. Let me know in the comments what, in your opinion, what will give a better sound. Expensive speakers with cheap electronics, or the other way around?